While talking on the phone, the girl suddenly bumps into a man and his money falls to the ground. The man quickly picks up the money and calling out loudly, "Miss, you dropped your money." The girl turns around in shock and asks, "My money?" After checking, she quickly says, "Okay, thank you," then looks at him in surprise but says nothing and walks away. After walking a short distance, she says on the phone, "Hello, Ting Ting. I found the same man who is in the photo from your office." Ting Ting quickly asks, "Really? Where are you right now?" The girl looks around and says, "I'm standing downstairs of the office building." Ting Ting immediately says, "All right, keep an eye on him." She quickly ends the call and rushes over there, and she quickly rushes there in a state of anxiety. The girl points and says, "Look, he's standing right there." Ting Ting looks at the man and is shocked. Then she takes a deep breath and says, "All right, go back to the company." She then walks toward the man. At that moment, the man's phone rings. He answers and says, "Hello, Teacher Lee." On the other end, the teacher says sternly, "Your child's school fees have not been paid for the past 2 months, and if the payment is not made by tomorrow, we will have no choice but to remove your child from school," she says before ending the call. At that moment, Ting Ting walks up politely and says, "Brother." The man looks surprised and asks, "Who are you?" Ting Ting nervously asks, "Don't you recognize me?" The man calmly replies, "No, this is my first time in this city. I don't know anyone here." Ting Ting quickly says, "8 years ago at the railway station, you helped a poor and helpless girl." Hearing this, the man goes silent for a moment. Then suddenly he remembers and says in surprise, "Oh, so you were that little girl from Nelson railway station." He smiles and continues, "You've really changed. You've become so beautiful and graceful. I didn't recognize you at all. Life must have treated you well, right?" Ting Ting gratefully replies, "Yes, everything I have today is because of your help back then." Then she asks with concern, "But how did your life become like this?" The man takes a deep breath and says, "It's a long story. I once had a successful company, but my partners betrayed me and took all the money, leaving me in debt. Then my wife left me and our children. For years, I've been struggling trying to find work and pay off debts. Now I can't even afford my children's tuition." Ting Ting sadly asks, "Have you really been raising the children all alone all these years?" The man replies in a painful voice, "Yes. People also tried to set me up with someone, but I refused because I didn't want my situation to become a burden for anyone else." Ting Ting gathers courage and says, "Brother, I've been searching for you all these years. You're alone and I'm alone too. I want to repay your kindness. Will you give me a chance to be part of your life?" The man refuses and says, "Oh, this is not right. There is a big age difference between us and our social status is also very different. People will talk. And besides, I only helped you out of basic humanity. Any good person would have done the same." Ting Ting emotionally says, "If you hadn't helped me that day, I wouldn't be here today. You're still worried about your children's tuition, right? I have the money. Please take it and pay the fees first." She puts the money in his hands and softly says, "And as for our relationship, I just hope you give me a chance. Everything else can be decided with time." Message: if you can help someone today, do it, because tomorrow that same kindness may become the support of your life. If you enjoyed this story, please share it with your friends.